Welcome to the Football Forecast, your ultimate guide to the NFL week ahead. Get ready as we dive deep into the biggest matchups, analyze key player performances, and break down the strategies that could make or break your favorite team's chances. Whether you're looking to dominate your fantasy league, make smart picks and bets, or simply stay ahead of the game, we've got you covered with insights and predictions. So buckle up, football fans. It's time to get your game face on for another action-packed week in the NFL. While only one team can hoist the trophy at the end, it all starts with the forecast.
Yes, here we are. It is week 11 of the Football Forecast here on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. Make sure to follow us on social media, TFB Forecast ETB, where you can get our Thursday night forecasts with Grant and Michael, and of course our primetime picks. And for this week, you'll also get our international pick and maybe a couple of other surprises along the way as well. Make sure to also watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/ETB Network. Please leave us a like on our videos. If you are new, please do hit that subscribe button. And, of course, make sure you have your notifications set so you know when all of our stuff's going to be coming out, not only us on TFB, but all of our shows, our playback streams, simulcast to YouTube, and so much more. And if you can't watch us on the video side, make sure to listen to the Football Forecast wherever you get your favorite podcast. And, as I said, the Football Forecast presented by Playback. Stay tuned later on in the show to find out more. And the Football Forecast odds are presented by Novig. Sports fans, Novig is flipping the betting game on its head. It's America's #1 sports prediction market, available in 30 states and over 30 states. On Novig, you're 10 times more likely to win than with a traditional sports book because you're not betting against the house. You're playing against real users. It's the only free exchange where you keep 100% of your winnings. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ETB Network. ETBNETWORK, and you'll score 1,000 Novig coins plus $5 Novig cash, plus spend $5 and get $50 in bonus coins. Must be 21 or older. Gamble responsibly. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, guys, as we get you ready for week 11 of the show, we have one more international game this week, and actually one of the more entertaining, at least on paper, one of the better slates that we've had in quite some time. So this should be a pretty good week. So you all ready for it? I know Grant and Michael, you have a big game this week. Nick just had his game, which I don't know if you want to say it was big. It was a big line.
A lot of divisional matchups this week.
Right.
Yeah, I think actually I wouldn't be surprised in some of these games if we're looking at them once again, maybe in some instances, even for a third time in January or a second time in January, the way that the playoff picture is looking as of right now. But I think also one thing we're learning here is we still don't really know. I think we're starting to separate a tiny bit, but there's still a lot that we are unsure of here in the middle of November.
I was going to say, it's crazy to say that in mid-November, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, though.
But one more rule, just because we decided to implement this going forward, just so people don't get surprised if they hear a sound a million times during the show. So we're trying to speed the show up. So if you hear this sound, that means that we're trying to move people along. So, no, you didn't walk into a $100,000 pyramid. You walked into, if we think someone's talking too long, you're going to hear me hitting buzzers left and right. Yeah. So just be aware.
How is it that I went out for 1 week and you guys managed to get to the point where that had to be implemented?
You could thank me on my long car rides to and from work, and that went through my head one morning. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
But you never know that this mind goes through. All right, but before we get started here for week 11, let's go over the standings real quick. Now, last week, Nick DiMartino, once again for the second straight week, won. He went 7-7, did not hit his lock, but he had the best record of anybody, so he gets 4 additional points. And as we look at the standings real quick, Michael and Zan actually have the best record, are tied for the best record at 79-70. But Michael has 176 points. Zan has 172. Christy has 166. She's 74-75. Nick Morganson 75-74 for 164. Nick D 70-79 for 160. Tom 72-77 for 152. Grant is 71 and 78 for 148. Ben is 65 and 84 for 138. And then yours truly did improve to 6 and 8 last week, but now I am 23 games under 500 with 134 points.
Oh,
so yes,
no.
if you want to fade me in my picks this week, I don't blame you.
No.
However, I did win on Thursday night, taking the Jets plus 13.5, and they did land inside that number. So maybe that's a sign of things to come. And my fantasy team already has 51 points to start. So maybe this is a sign. We'll see.
Sorry for those who were killed by the hook yesterday.
Oh, damn.
Hey,
Yeah.
welcome to my world.
It was 12.5 at the beginning of the week.
I was just about to say that.
And then it went up for some reason.
But then it went back down to 12.5. But when we recorded it, it was when everyone made their picks in, it was 13.5. So that's what we had to stick with.
We do count
everything.
integrity. That's important here.
And timing is everything. And so that's what we do. We try and hold off these spreads and totals as late as possible. But that's what we do now. And now everything is locked in and we're good to go. So you guys ready?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All
Let's
right,
do
let's do this thing for week 11. And Christy will start one more time internationally this season.
Okay.
Our final international game is our first international game in Madrid, Spain. So a regular season game in Madrid. And Christy will start one more time with a Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Jamie Erdahl special on the NFL Network, as we have the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. And it's the Dolphins, a 2.5-point favorite to start, and total 47.5.
I mean, even though this is an international game, it's in Madrid, Spain. Everything about this screams stay away to me. It just does. And I know there's a lot of things changing with the Commanders and everything like that, but this just feels like a complete stay away. I'm going to go Dolphins cover.
Nick?
This game is gross. And I feel bad for the international audience that has to watch this. Like, I would tell them stay home rather than go watch this game. So you and I were discussing this game. I don't like either team. I'm just going to go under because I just think because of injuries on both sides, this game has gross written all over it. Under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is the first time I've said this season. I love the Dolphins to win this game. And obviously, I mean, it's kind of a pick of a 2.5.
Right.
But the thing is, so the Commanders, it's not just Jaden Daniels being out, because I think that's the least of their problems. Their defense is so bad. And the Dolphins, say what you want. Now, they've looked a little bit better in recent weeks. Didn't sell off pieces of the deadline, so they've got players on offense to go along with Tua Tagovailoa. And so I think they've got some capable offensive playmakers, which Marcus Mariota does not have. I think the Dolphins will lead Spain on a winning streak, so I'm going to take the money. Grant?
Yeah. I mean, Johnny, you do bring up a lot of good points there, but I have to factor in international. So I am gonna take the under on this game. And honestly, even if I was gonna pick a team, I would still choose the Commanders because the Dolphins just can't do shit. So I'm gonna take the under on this.
Tom?
On one hand, you have the Dolphins somehow upsetting the Bills, which I still can't believe happened. But that
Mine's still
usually
blown
means
there.
But that usually can mean that there's a letdown on the road somewhere, especially in a game like Madrid. But why would I choose the Commanders when we've got no Jaden Daniels and no Scary Terry for the second straight week, and maybe even more at this point? So you know what? I hate both teams. I'm joining the under train.
Yeah.
Michael?
Yeah, I mean, all you guys made great points there. I'm actually going to go against what I said. I'm taking the under. I hate this game.
I'm the lone wolf here.
This game.
We all hate this game.
We all
This
hate
game
it.
is so bad. No. I hate it. I don't like this game whatsoever.
It is. Yeah, that's what I called it.
It's an early.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 my time, which I am not getting up to watch this.
No.
There might be 20 points scored.
I usually always have the international games on while we're filming our show. but this is a rare occurrence. I don't think I'm going to have it on because I have no fantasy players, and both these teams are trash. So
They are.
Interesting. My mind's still blown. And Mike actually took an under in this.
I know. It's
You would
going to be
expect
the
him to say
last one of the
over.
year.
Yeah.
I don't think Madrid's going to see too many touchdowns this week.
Zan's also taking the under, and Ben Cruz is taking the Dolphins. So, Christy, you, me, and Ben will take the Dolphins, and everybody else taking the under there in Madrid. Michael, I ended with you in the last game. I'll start with you here. Our first fast track game of the week, an NFC South showdown, a Jason Benetti, Brady Quinn, Sarah Kustok special on Fox, as we have Bryce Young and the Panthers and Michael Penix and the Falcons, and the Falcons are laying 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons, they got to give Bijan the ball on the goal line, please. Fantasy's sake. Man. But honestly, I think they're the way better offense. So with that being said, I don't like the Panthers whatsoever besides Rico Dowell. Rico Dowell has been insane. But with that being said, Falcons take the money here.
Christy?
Don't like either team, but I got to agree with Michael on the Falcons being the better team. So, and yeah, Bijan Robinson definitely needs to get the ball. That's definitely for sure. So I'm going to go Falcons take the money.
Nick?
Yeah, all favorable points. The Falcons need to have a recovery, play better. The Panthers kind of come back down to earth after winning a few games, but this is the Falcons' game. If they lose, this is really bad this time around. Take the money.
Do we know Drake London? I saw something that possibly he's questionable for this game because I put it out there that I think Drake London's a big deal in this one. But
as of this moment, which is about 6:20 p.m. Eastern time when we're recording this, questionable.
Yeah, see that
13 players questionable for the Falcons.
It was just an illness for him not practicing.
Okay. So he should be in there. But that's a big deal because when Drake London's out there, you see how Penix is able to get him the ball and make a big deal. But yeah, I don't look at the quarterbacks. I look at the running backs as being a big factor here too. But it's tricky laying north of the half a point. I'm going to take. It's really tough, but I'm also going to go with the revenge factor here too. I'm going to take the Falcons to try and avenge that 30-0 loss they had earlier in the year to Carolina. Bryce Young hasn't really done much this year, but I think there are better playmakers on the Falcons side. So yes, I'm going to take the money.
By the way, one note: there is a back injury involved with Drake London on top of the illness.
Oh, there is.
I didn't see the back injury.
No, I didn't either.
Okay, I'm still taking the Falcons though. I think they'll win this game by 5+. Grant.
Yeah, Johnny. I mean, you alluded to it too. I mean, I like what the Panthers are trying to do with improving their offense, but it's just not there yet. And it seems like the Falcons somehow have more star power on offense despite their terrible record.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take the Falcons to win and cover here.
Tom.
Okay, so yeah, the London injury is a little bit concerning, but overall the Falcons still should be the better team. I agree with Grant that I like what the Panthers are trying to do, but I just don't think, on paper, Atlanta is supposed to have the better talent. These divisional games are weird, especially with the NFC South. I'll go with the Falcons. I will end with 1 point. On one fantasy team, because they're talking about with Rico Dowell being the only good Panther. On one fantasy team, I have Rico Dowell as a running back. On the other, I have Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
So there's one thing I'd like to advocate for this game. # give the ball to the running backs.
Yes.
Let this be a running back show.
That's a new one right there.
I like
the
that.
battle of the running backs.
I like that too.
So,
I like it.
And in my league, and one of my leagues, I have both of them. So I'm like, I'm halfway there.
That's something.
So
yeah,
that's what I'm going to hope for.
Nick? Falcons take the money, though.
Okay.
Oh, you're taking the money. Okay.
Yeah. Zan's also taking the money, and Ben is going to take the Panthers to cover at least there in Atlanta. Nick, an Iron Eagle, J.J. Watt, Evan Washburn special on CBS, the Rebound Bowl in this one, as Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers against Josh Allen's Bills up at Highmark Stadium, and the Bills 5.5-point favorites, the over-under 46.5.
This is a good one, believe it or not. I actually think this is going to be a much closer game than people realize. The Bills have looked bad this year, even though they're 6-3. They had a bad loss to Miami last week, which I guarantee you Vegas made a ton of money last week off that game, considering.
Cha-ching.
Josh Allen doesn't look good either. He got sacked a bunch of times.
Ouch.
Turnovers that he never really does. The team looks off. They're allowing 70-yard runs up and down the field, which is they can't stop a run to save their lives right now. So I'm leaning on the Bucs. I really am. But I'm going to do something else that I don't do in a long time.
Uh-oh.
I'm reverse locking the Bucs in this one because the Bills that was embarrassing last week, and I think there's something going on inside the organization that we don't know about either. I think McDermott, like that, he always has issues around this time of the year. Always,
Right.
like the team never plays together as a team. So I think the Bucs are resilient, even if they don't win. I think they can cover within 5 points. So that the Bucs are my reverse lock of the week.
And that's all you need. And that's all you need to do to hit a lock, like for this year. That's what we determined. I get what you're saying, Nick, but and it's really tricky, even with a 5.5-point spread. But I am going to take the Bills for two reasons, because I actually think they do need this game more. When you look at these two, who needs this game more? To me, it's the Bills. The Bucs, I think, have the NFC South wrapped up no matter what right now with the way that division is. The Bills are looking at it where if they lose this game, they fall 2 games behind the Patriots and don't have the tiebreaker either. And the other thing, too, is we know how bad the Bills have been, especially stopping the run. This would have been a great matchup for the Bucs if Bucky Irving was playing. But him being out, I don't think they have the running attack with Rashad White, who's decent, but I don't think he can exploit the Bills' bad run defense the way that Bucky Irving could. So I'm gonna say the Bills need this game more, and that run defense may get a little bit of a breather without Bucky Irving. And I'm going to back them to bounce back and cover up in Orchard Park. Grant?
Yeah, I mean, you and Nick made great points. You know, the Bucs are rolling. The Bills have a great record despite their struggles. But see, this is hard for me because I'm a Josh Allen and a Baker Mayfield fan. But this, I have to say, this line or this not the line. I'm sorry. The over under on this is just too low for these two teams. I mean, if this line or this over under means that if the Bills score 24 points and the Bucs score 23 points, that the over hits. So with that, I am actually gonna lock the over on this game.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Does that mean we have a lock loose?
Well,
uppercase loose.
Oh, you want uppercase loose?
No,
There we go.
actually, to be honest with you, Grant, if you have it 24-23, that's lowercase loose.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm not saying that that's what the score is going to be, but the over.
He likes the over.
I'm saying
Fair. That's all you need. Go ahead, Tom.
All right. Look, I love the two quarterbacks as well. I think the Bills definitely, like Johnny said, they need this game more, especially when they're battling somehow with the Patriots for the division. I think that the Bills...
They're not, though, really. The Patriots are going to get the division. I'm going to say that now.
Okay. The Buccaneers, of course, Bucky Irving. If Bucky Irving was playing, this game would be a lot better. But regardless, I think this game is still going to be good with these two offenses. I know there are some concerns on Bills side of the ball, the defense. I'm not going to lock it, but I am going to agree with Grant that I think this game is going to get loose. Give me the over.
Loose. No.
Loose. Lowercase loose.
Loose. Loose.
By the way, Mr. Loose, Michael, Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this game is getting uppercase loose. I mean, this game, I could see 30, 40 points on each side. Like, I can see, like, no defense being played for some reason.
Oh.
But then I don't know. A Mecca big game. I think Rachaad White has a good running game, even though he's been terrible for my fantasy team. And then I think Josh Allen and the Bills have a great bounce back week after that loss. So that's why I'm going to take the over.
All right. And Christy.
I definitely think this is going to be a bounce back game for the Bills, but I think both teams are definitely capable of scoring a ton of points. So, lowercase loose, I'm taking the over.
Okay. So we're a little all over the place in this game.
A little bit.
Zan is also going to join Nick in taking the Bucks to cover, and Ben is going to take the over there in Orchard Park. A Spiro, Adam, and Aditi special in this next one, guys, on CBS as we head down to Jacksonville to Everbank Stadium. Justin Herbert's Chargers 2.5-point favorites against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. And I'm going to go here first. And I think this is a great matchup for the Chargers to win. And now laying less than a field goal helps that matter too. Yeah, this is my lock of the week. I'm taking the Chargers. And because, I know we talk about the Charger offensive line injuries, but this is a perfect matchup for them. Why? Because the Jaguars can't rush the quarterback. It's a great matchup there. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's bottom 10 in a lot of categories this year, guys. I think Lawrence should go back and watch the second half of the last time the Jaguars played the Chargers, which was in that AFC wildcard game a few years back. Trevor should go back and watch the second half of that game because that's the last time he was really great in a game. Yeah. I don't see them being able to do much here. Big game for the Chargers in terms of that division here too. So ignore the 10 o'clock West Coast start time here too because Jim Harbaugh has no problem with that. I say the Chargers win their fourth straight, and yes, lock of the week. Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars surprisingly are doing very well under new head coach Liam Cohen, which I am astounded by. But Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert are match made in heaven with each other, so I'm going to take the Chargers to win and cover.
Tom.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, as you mentioned, Johnny, on one hand, I have to buy into the Jaguars a little bit because their team actually has been, to Grant said, actually playing well enough to at least win games. But Trevor Lawrence, iffy a little bit as a quarterback. Run defense, I mean defense, they can't sack. The Chargers have the ability to have an explosive offense. Jim Harbaugh is their head coach, and he's a creative mastermind. Yeah, especially with this low line, this is one that I easily will go to Chargers. Take the money.
Michael?
Yeah, I think the Chargers need this type of game. I feel like they just need a game where they can go out and win.
Kill someone?
Yeah, basically. I think Ladd has a big game. I think Justin Herbert has a big game. I think everything on the offense just clicks this game, so I'm going to go Chargers here.
Christy.
Jaguars are just not the they're playing fine, but they're not great. The Chargers, I just see them doing better. Just say Chargers, take the money.
And Nick.
Yeah, I agree with the group. Chargers are just the better team, even though I haven't been on them all year. I don't trust them still, but the Jaguars are just such a horrible team. And
they are.
Just looking at Trevor Lawrence, like you said, being in the bottom 10, you said, in most of the
in a few categories, yeah.
I think they need to reevaluate that contract situation with Trevor Lawrence also.
Yep.
Because
how can you though?
They're screwed is what they are with that contract. The Chargers take the money.
All right, we'll see. And Zan also has the Chargers, and Ben is going to take the under 43.5 there at Everbank Stadium. All right, Grant, for you, the main event on Sunday, Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, and Tom Rinaldi special on Fox, as we have Caleb Williams and yours Bears, along with Michael's, heading to Minnesota against J.J. McCarthy's Vikings, and it's the Vikings who are 2.5-point home favorites.
So this game is gonna be close. I mean, personally, I would love it if the Bears were favored in this because the Bears are playing way better than the Vikings. No discredit to them. They have been fairly decent. But there's an interesting nugget that I want to mention about this game. It's I don't remember the name of the stadium, but it's in Minnesota, which is actually a dome stadium, so it's indoors.
U.S. Bank.
Yes, U.S. Thank you, Tom. U.S. Bank Stadium is indoors, and last week Caleb had some throws that were very good, that were more on the receivers dropping them and not bad throws. So I do think he has a very good game against the Vikings because they do blitz a lot, and he is very good against the blitz. So I'm going to take the Bears to win and cover.
Michael?
Yeah, I think this is a Bears bounce back game from week 1. I feel like we're a completely different team. So, and it's indoors, like Grant said, so weather's not going to be a problem. Our receivers won't drop catchable balls. So with that being said, I'm taking the Bears, and this is my lock of the week.
Why is that not surprising?
I don't know.
I thought about it, but I wanted to go to a thing that would most likely hit. So I went with the over.
And if they lose by 1, it hits.
All right.
Yep. Tom?
Grant, I agree with you that this is going to be a very close game, and I will agree with you on the fact that I think the Bears have actually been only a slightly better playing team.
Watch your mouth, Tom.
And the Vikings.
Oh no!
But here's the thing: I'm not confident, considering the way the Vikings offense has played. I'm not confident with them. This is a game that I don't feel as with great confidence. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit, which I seem to be doing a little bit this week, and I am going to take an under here. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this one. I think it's going to be close and
all right. Well,
low scoring.
You're taking the under, but who do you think wins? Answer me that question.
Oh, I'm rooting for the Vikings.
I could beat this team last week.
Divisional rivals.
Yes.
All right. Well, I know that with Christy. And Christy, speaking of which, it's your turn. What do you have?
The Vikings, they're pretty good. The Bears, however, I think I'm feeling them a little bit more. So I'm going to go Bears plus 2.5.
Nick?
So I'm actually with my old companion co-host over there. I actually like the under. I think Caleb's not a good road quarterback. That's on the track record. He does not play well on the road whatsoever. So part of the history I have to take into effect. I know what you guys said about the dome. That's important. There's no weather involved, so that you're not going to get an effect from there. But I don't trust McCarthy either. That's another issue I have. So I don't trust the quarterback matchup, period, whatsoever in this matchup. So I have to trust where the points are coming from, and I don't see 49 points coming out of this matchup. I think it's way too many. Take the under.
Nick and Tom, I'm totally with you guys. And this game is really tough to figure out because I still have a lot of questions about both teams. I have a tough time trusting both teams in multiple ways in this one. But, yeah, I think the defenses and the questions about both teams are why this game will be a little bit lower scoring than it looks. I know they hit 51 in their first meeting back in week 1. I think this is a little bit different, though. I think it lands slightly under the 48.5. So that's why it also helps. It's under that 49 number, which is important too. So
Grant,
I'm going to go.
Serious question. Remind me, did you take the Bears or did you take the over?
Grant took the Bears.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah. Zan also took the Bears, and Ben is taking the Vikings. So Ben's going a little bit of a different avenue. As while we have a couple of Bears and some unders here amongst the 6 of us there in Minnesota. All right, we'll have 4 fast track games starting, but before we get to our first fast track, we actually have our lone video of the week. So, Tom, you want to set this one up?
Yeah,
sure.
Set this up.
So the news reports of this week have been absolutely crazy ever since the loss to the Bears, the Giants. I mean, the Giants world has already been on fire, but I think the Flames went more ablaze this week. So they're considering 2 potential headlines here. I present to you, spoiler, a double feature this week.
Wait, it's not even Black Friday yet.
No, 2 for 1 special.
All right, here we go.
Giants country, Giants country, Giants country, let's ride. Giants country, Giants country, Giants country, let's ride. Giants country, Giants country, Giants country, Giants country, let's ride.
Wait.
We're not done.
Oh.
So I'll give you a word of advice. You suck. You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
That's it. You're fired.
All right, get lost. You're fired. Go on, scrap. Except you stay. Clown show. Clown show. Clown show. Clown show.
By the way, in case people don't get that last reference, by the way, that is local staple for many years in New York radio.
Michael K. show.
The Michael K. show, where they would always chant clown show against a caller if they didn't like them.
Friggin' Don LaGreca.
Yes.
I don't think I would classify the Giants as a clown show. I think it's a little.
I would.
I would.
Sadly,
yes.
They
original anti-Giants people classify.
Well, Johnny, and I don't want to go too off track here, but come on. Daboll somehow, Shane Bowen managed to outlast Brian Daboll.
Shane Bowen won't be here at the end of the year. It doesn't matter.
That's a good point.
Why don't you just fire him
now, Tom? What's the difference between now versus the end of the year?
What's the difference of firing Daboll now versus the end of the year?
Because you can't have 4 losses the way they did.
That's
on
good.
That's
defense.
It doesn't matter who, what, when, why, or how. It's inexcusable. And players look like they gave up on that game last week. But let's turn the page here to this one.
Yeah.
As not only they turn the page to a new head coach, they turn to an interim coach. They turn the page to a new quarterback, Tom. And we also turn the page because we have a brand new analyst officially on Fox for this one. An Adam Amin, Drew Brees, Christina Pink special, as we have Jordan Love and the Packers laying 7.5 against Jameis Winston and our New York Giants. Go ahead, Tom.
And I hate this. I hate this line because it's so good, and it's for one reason. Jameis Winston is 3-0 against the Green Bay Packers. He has been somehow Green Bay's kryptonite since Aaron Rodgers was leading that team.
Oh.
And you know what? I'm still going to go with the Packers winning, but you know what the new coach BS and all the drama and, maybe something changes. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to go Giants plus 7.5, although I hate it. I hate it.
It's a disgusting game.
Oh, no. Yeah, you know what?
Stay away.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, stay away. Don't even bother.
Yeah.
Tom, I totally agree. That's why I'm not touching the spread because it's very difficult. Look at the way the Packers have been playing, but the Packer defense has still been very, very sharp the last couple of weeks. I don't know what boost they get from Kafka. I don't know what boost they get from Winston because how big of a boost can you get from what they had with Jackson Dart? I mean, people want to talk about what Winston's been doing. He hasn't started a game since last December. I think the boost that gets in this game, I think the team that gets a boost a little bit is the Packers offense going up against our defense. That's why I'm going to take the over is the play. I'm not comfortable with the spread because I could see the Giants hanging around a little bit, but I'm not confident in that. But I'm more confident that I think there will be a few more points scored in this one. And so that's why I will take the over in this one. So that's what I'll do. Michael, what about you?
Well, I'm not.
He can't take the Packers.
No, he can't.
Honestly, I think the Packers have just not been playing good football. They haven't.
Honestly,
offensively, they have not. You're right.
They
have not been playing good football, and I do think Jameis could put on a little bit of a show for like 2 quarters, where they somehow get points.
I'm hoping that's in the second.
Let him finish.
Where they somehow get points, and with that, I'm also gonna trail Johnny here. I'm gonna take the over.
All right, Christy, go ahead.
There was a banner here said it best. It's a stay away alert. This is a stay away game. I don't like anything about it. So I'm taking the over.
Nick?
This game has ugly, just ugly written all over it. I basically had 2 choices here. It was either I didn't like the over actually in this game either. It was either the under or it was the Packers. Those were the 2 choices for me here because I think both offenses have been trash. Except for Jackson Dart, who was running in touchdowns until he got concussion issues because they can't run an offense except for him running touchdowns in. And that's why he's getting hurt all the time. So I think the Packers somehow figure it out and cover the spread, even though I've been a little afraid of the Packers as of late. But I'm going to take the Packers to cover just because I think the Giants are so dysfunctional right now.
I don't think they're that dysfunctional, though, but okay. Go ahead, Grant.
I am very surprised that you guys failed to mention a little nugget that is very important for the Giants.
What is that?
And that nugget is they have the worst turf in the history of football. So I could imagine a couple of injuries happening to either team. Now, however, if I'm being honest with you, the injuries that would happen to the Giants are far less important than the injuries that I can see happening to the Packers because there's no good thing for the Giants anywhere on the team besides maybe Brian Burns. But with that being said, I can't take the Packers, and I can't imagine the Giants winning because they're on an interim head coach. I mean, so it's the over/under for me.
Even covering the spread, even losing by 4 or 5 or something like that.
I don't know. The Packers have been playing really bad lately. I mean, they lost to the Eagles by 3, which is insane. But I'll take the over, but I could totally see the under hitting too.
Okay.
You're going over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Just remember, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo did not get hurt at MetLife Stadium.
I agree.
No.
The notion that MetLife Stadium is
Yeah.
the worst turf in the NFL is utter bullcrap. I just wanted to put that out for the record.
I happen to agree with you too. I think that's a little overboard.
I think. I was gonna say, I think
heard about MetLife Stadium.
The field is not great, but to apply it to Scottaboo and Dart's injuries is BS.
It is ridiculous. I agree.
I wasn't applying it to them. I'm just saying, in actuality, the Giants have lost some of their key players at MetLife.
Some, not all though, but that's fair. Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on, guys. We go to this next fast track game with Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins on CBS. Another divisional matchup. We got Joe Flacco and the Bengals against the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. Steelers 5.5-point favorites. The over/under 49.5. And I'm going to go here first. And real quick, let me just give you some numbers here: 58, 58, 61, 64, 77, and 89. Do you know what those numbers are?
What are they?
Totals in Bengal games this year. When these two met a couple of weeks ago, it landed over 49.5. This number looks really low for the way these two play. I don't think Trey Hendrickson is playing for the Bengals. If not,
he's out. He's out.
Logan Wilson got traded. So maybe they're two best defensive players out of a bad defense. So you know what that means? This game is going to get loose. No. It's going to get loose. Absolutely. I'm taking the over without a doubt in this game. Grant?
Yeah, Johnny, look, I will never take any of your betting advice, but I am actually going to follow you on this because I hate Aaron Rodgers, so that removes the Steelers from me. I mean, I still believe that Zach Taylor will be fired at the end of the year. But both teams have been scoring points like crazy, so I'm going to take the over as well. I completely could see this being a huge point game for both.
It is. Yep.
I
Absolutely.
can't say it like you guys, so
I'll say it for you. Woohoos! Go ahead, real quick. I'm sorry.
I'm good to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, you know what? Grant, I'll also say it for you. Lose!
All right.
This game's going to over. I mean, the defenses, there's definitely concerns in those regards. I mean, the Steelers somehow have continued to do well this season, somehow under Mr.
R-E-L-A-X.
I had to, Nick. It's been so long.
Blah.
All right, so you're going over?
Yeah, I'm going over.
Okay.
Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. Somehow the old men can still do it.
That's right.
the old man can sling it.
What about you?
Sling it.
Do I have to say it?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I have to
I
ask.
mean, it's getting loose. This is over easily.
All right, Christy?
One word. Lose. Taking the
All
over.
I don't think Nick's going to join the party because I know he doesn't like big numbers. So I think.
Well, no, this has something to do with the numbers, actually.
Oh, okay.
I just, the way the Steelers offense looked last week, you think I'm going to trust both these teams to get to this total number? Aaron Rodgers looked like old man Winter last week. I mean, like, that's the concern to
Old
me.
man Winter.
Also, the Bengals quarterback situation, and Burrow's not coming back till December. These are two quarterbacks that are not, who I don't think are going to put up offense. I don't see how this is loosely over by any means. I think that the Steelers will win this game, I think, even though I got completely burned last week. But I just think they're the better team than the Bengals. Because, again, no Trey Hendrickson playing this week. Massive injury. Don't have him. So I think the Steelers are going to play, are going to score.
The majority of the year.
But I think the Steelers are going to score. But this number is ridiculous. This is not going over. So I'm taking the Steelers to cover.
Hey,
only
clip
counter
this,
real
and when
quick
it
with
goes
that-
over,
the only-
put the score.
Yeah. The only thing I would counter real quick with that, Nick, is they did allow the Jets to score with a ton of points, and they did allow 47 points to the Bears. So that's why even the Steelers could hit 40 by themselves with how bad they are.
I don't think the Steelers are going to score enough points to make the combo. That's where I'm worried about.
Oh, so that's really then. That's fair. By the way, that means when Kevin Harlan comes back from break with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, it's 13-10. Got it.
See?
Right.
Oh.
So and that will happen now that we're all going. Most of us are going over. Zan has the Steelers as well, and actually, Ben Cruz's lock is on the Steelers, so he's going to go a little bit of a different avenue there in Pittsburgh. All right, Tom. Next fast track. Let's go real quick here. Chris Myers, Mark Schlereth, Jen Hale special on Fox as Davis Mills gets his second straight start for the Texans, laying 5.5 against Cam Ward and the Titans.
If we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Damn it. Beat me to it. I had my hand right over that.
That's my thoughts on
He
this
was
game.
ready.
But you know what? Here's my thoughts on the Texans.
If we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
It's true.
Two very
The
actually
clip applies
a team
to
that's
both
very
teams.
a team that is mid and a team that is ass. The under, however, does concern me because this is a very, very low total. And if the Texans actually play well to their ability, somehow they can manage to actually ruin an underplay for me. So you know what? This is 1 week where, despite the fact everything I've said about Houston before, the Titans are so ass that I'm actually going to go with Houston on this one.
Michael?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't even paying attention to that there.
Oh.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans to cover here. They're just the better team. Titans suck.
Christy.
You mean their ass?
Yeah. Titans are indeed ass, so I'm going Texans cover.
If we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Nick.
I like the under in this one, actually,
Oh.
because I just think both teams are terrible. I don't know what the track record on the Titans is for scoring the past couple games, but their team is terrible. The Texans, they're still with Mills, right? He's still
second straight week.
So I don't think points. I think points are going to be at a premium in this game, and defense is actually going to be a factor. I never thought I'd say that. So under.
Yeah, this game screams under. I'm just going to leave it at that for time purposes. Give me the under. Grant?
Yeah, I mean, like, for everyone that's taking the under here, you do realize that last week the Texans did score 30 by themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know, 26 unanswered in the fourth quarter. I know.
Titans
It took a fourth quarter to get it there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, somehow, I have no idea how the Texans operate much better on offense without C.J. Stroud. I have no idea how. But I am going to take the Texans to win and cover here.
Okay, Grant, 31-6 Texans. There we go. And my under pick.
Bingo.
And I think that's certainly possible there in Tennessee. Nick, another fast track game. Kevin Kugler, Darryl Moose Johnson, and Allison Williams on Fox as we have Brock Purdy returning for the San Francisco 49ers, laying 3.5 at State Farm Stadium against Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals, and the over-under is 48.5.
I'll make this simple on two fronts. Brock Purdy's back, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is out.
Yeah.
Take the money.
Great points, Nick. And Ricky Pearsall also back for the 49ers, and they need this game in a big way because of the way that the Seahawks and the Rams are playing. They have a very favorable schedule, and maybe getting some healthy guys back, I think, helps. And I think the Jacoby Brissett train might have fallen off the tracks quicker than I even thought. I'm going to be a little nervous now that this number's over the field goal, but I'm still going to back the Niners. Grant?
I am taking the Niners, but just if I were you, I would sit him one more week.
Fair. Okay. Go ahead, Tom.
What Nick and Johnny said, take the money.
All right. Michael?
Yeah, 49ers easily.
All right. And Christy?
Niners, take the money.
Okay. Zan also has the Niners, and Ben thinks it's going to get a little loose. He has the over there in State Farm Stadium. All right, Michael, another main event one here on Sunday. Joe Davis, Greg Olson, Pam Oliver special on Fox as Sam Darnold and the 7-2 Seahawks face Matt Stafford and the 7-2 Rams at SoFi Stadium. And the Rams 3.5-point favorites, and the over-under is 48.5.
Oh, this is such a good game. Both teams are playing so good. JSN is – did you arguably have the two best receivers playing football in this game right now? Jamar Chase is out of the question because he doesn't have Joe Burrow, but you have JSN on one side with Sam Darnold actually playing good and then you have Matt Stafford, who what I said at the start, I said if Stafford's healthy, they're going to be a problem. So I could see this game being over. I also I'm doing it. This is over for me.
Over
48.5.
I knew it.
Christy,
Yeah.
divisional game. Yeah,
That sounded like loose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a little loose.
All right.
Okay.
That'll work.
Michael makes valid points. You have Jackson Smith and Jigba with the Seahawks, and you have Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams with the Rams. It's kind of hard to choose for me which one I would take. So I'm going to take the over.
Nick?
This game is great. I think this should have been either a Sunday or a Monday. Now, I can jokingly say the 4:25, even though it's a 4 p.m. game and it's 20 minutes off. How is this not a primetime game? Anyway,
I don't know.
Matthew
Stafford.
Flex option here.
You can't. It's too late.
They should have. They should have
flexed
it, but they didn't.
Should have used one.
They could have. But my point is, Matthew Stafford's having an incredible year. Year. He should be up there in the top 2 or 3 for MVP. He's thrown 4 touchdowns at least 3 or 4 times already this year.
Yep.
At least that.
Right now.
I think including last week. I think he had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, right around there.
The thing that's going to worry me in this game is Sam Darnold when he's in the big game. That's where I have to factor in partially where this game is going to go. I thought Michael made a good point. You have 2 of the best wide receivers in this game going right now, even though I think Puka is a slight bit better. I just think he can catch more. get a little more creative on his receiver routes. But how do you not take the Rams at home? They're one of the best teams in the NFL this year. And Seattle going on the road, little iffy. So I'm going to take the Rams. I think they cover and win.
See, it's funny, Nick. What you just said there is why I would take the Seahawks, because going on the road doesn't faze the Seahawks. They play very well. Since Mike McDonald's been head coach, they've actually played great away from Lumen Field. I think picking a team in this game feels impossible because they're so evenly matched. And by the way, just to what Nick was saying earlier about the whole time thing, very little of the country is getting this game Sunday
which is nuts.
Because
It's
obviously
insane.
most, like 90% of the country is getting the Chief Bronco game, which we'll pick in.
People are saying this is game of the year.
I think when you look at this matchup, I would not be surprised if if these two meet again. Obviously, they'll meet again later on, and I think these two could meet again in January. The way things are shaping right now in the NFC, it's just certainly
possible.
These two could meet up again. The way things are going, this is really tough though, because the Seahawks. I mean, I think the Seahawks defense is better than the Rams. I mean, they put up 14 points by themselves last week against the Cardinals, and there's nobody better than Matt Stafford right now. Nobody's playing better than Matt Stafford. I think his hot streak continues, but I also think that behind Darnold and Jackson Smith, Nick Jigba, and others in Seattle, I think they score a bit too. So, Michael, I don't think this game is going to get loose. I actually think this game is going to get loose. I think there are going to be a decent amount of points. I could see this being like 30 to 27, 33-30. So, because it's so tough to pick a side, I'm going to go over. I am. I think there are going to be a fair number of points. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game there at SoFi Stadium. Grant?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, when teams like this are playing, it's so hard to choose which team to side with because they're both playing great, and you want both of them to win, but you're like, well, you can't do that, unless they end in a tie, which is completely possible. But I don't want to tie for this game because that would just hurt me. But I'm going to take the over because I don't know who to choose. I mean, Sam Darnold, for some reason, is balling out right now, and Matthew Stafford at 37 years old is looking like a prime MVP candidate for some crazy reason. Even at 37 years old, I have no idea how he's playing like this, and yet Aaron Rodgers looks far worse at 40.
Ancient.
So you are going to go over?
I'm going to go over, yeah.
Okay. And Tom?
Yeah, this game's going to be incredible. This game's going to be so fun. I agree, Johnny, that the Seahawks have been playing great ever since McDonald's become the head coach on the road. So them going home against a top home team like the Rams does not scare me. I think this is going to be fun, and I think this game is going to get loose.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to go extreme. I think it's going to be fun and competitive, though. I am going to join you for real, though. I am going to join you guys, and I'm going to take the over as well.
Okay. And Zan and Ben are taking the Rams at SoFi Stadium. Christy, one more fast track game. Let's go real quick here. Andrew Catalon, Charles Davis, Jason McCourty, AJ Ross special on CBS. We have Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, a 7.5-point favorite against Dylan Gabriel and the Browns.
Well, this game just, to me, basically stinks, but going against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens would be the worst thing I could ever do. So I'm going to pick the Ravens. They're going to take the money.
Nick?
Yeah, what Chrissy said, Lamar versus Dylan Gabriel. I think that tells you the tale of the matchup. Even though I agree with you, Johnny, what we were talking about with the defense being scary for the Browns, I just think Lamar is now back and in a consistent role. So I think they cover. The hook is a little scary, but I'll take them to cover.
Yeah, the hook is scary, Nick, and that's why I'm not going to touch it. I actually was thinking about taking the Browns to cover the number, but there's another factor why I'm actually going to trend to the under in this game, and that's because it's the weather. They're calling for rain and wind there in Cleveland, which I think is going to slow both teams down. And the Raven offense has still not hit its full peak yet. I think it'll get there, but I think it's going to take another week. But that's why I'm going to go under 39.5. Grant?
I was gonna ask why this line is so low, or the over under is so low until you alluded to the weather. But there's nothing on the Browns offense that says to me that they can win. So I'm gonna pick the Ravens to win and cover.
Tom?
See, I wish I would have known about the weather situation beforehand, especially because we've gone through all these games, but I've gone through so many of these things that I've been thinking about. And here's the thing, despite the weather, Johnny, you could talk about the Browns and their defense, and I am one who has praised the Browns and their defense, but you just gave up so many goddamn points to the Jets. You blew a game against the Jets. That should have been a win for you.
Tom, can I counter you real quick?
Yeah.
That was not their defense why they gave those many points. 2 special teams touchdowns last week.
I know, but I see your point, but still, I can't help but be frustrated for the Browns in that you lost to a team that honestly you should have beaten. That should have been one of the games where you should have had a victory. And now you go from that. I don't care if you're home in bad weather. You've got Lamar Jackson, who's going to return fired up to try and get his team a surge in this late part of the season alongside Derrick Henry. So you know what? After the way the Browns are, and the way the Browns are the Browns, and I'm not going to trust them against the returning Lamar. I'm taking the Ravens, and because at this point I'm screwed to it, lock of the week.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Fair point. Mike?
Yeah, no, this easy Ravens. I don't really have to go into it. You guys said everything. Ravens covered.
Yeah, and Tom, I think it's like 24-9 Ravens. That's the final I had. So that also hits
I'll take it.
And by the way, Zan is also locking the Ravens too. So you two lie together or fall there in Cleveland. And then also to another main event matchup on Sunday, CBS going all in for this one, Grant. The NFL Today will be on location there at Empower Field in Mile High. And that, of course, means Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson will be there as we've got Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs against Bo Nix and the 8-2 Broncos. And yes, you are seeing that right. It is the 8-2 Broncos at home getting 3.5 points.
Okay. I think I read earlier today that the Broncos are going to be without. Oh, actually, this helps me.
Pat
Yeah,
Surtain,
they're going to be without Pat Surtain.
Right.
And J.K. Dobbins. Now, J.K. Dobbins isn't the one I'm worried about because he is a very good piece in their offense, but Pat Surtain is their cornerstone defensive player. And when you don't have him against Patrick Mahomes and that receiving core, that is bad. That is bad. And with that being said, I gotta take the Chiefs.
Tom?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, I'm hoping to see the Broncos pull something. If they end up beating the Chiefs and going to 9-2, you have to consider you're going to have to consider the Broncos a Super Bowl contender at that point. You're going to have to. That said, no Dobbins, no Surtain going up against Patrick Mahomes and his loaded offense. I'm sorry. And we already established that the Chiefs at this point are one of the only, if not the only, great team right now in the NFL playing wise. And they've had their own struggles with, certain games, but yeah, no, I can't go against Kansas City on this one. Take the money.
Mike?
Yeah, I actually think that Broncos record is kind of like how the Steelers were in 2020. I just don't feel like they're actual
inflated
contenders.
Against inferior competition.
Yep,
Right.
exactly.
And the record was extremely deceiving.
Yep. So I don't think they're bad. Don't get me wrong, but they're not the Chiefs. They're not Patrick Mahomes. Unfortunately, I hate to glaze the guy, but he deserves it. So with that being said, this Chiefs winning cover here.
Christy?
Well, I knew there was a reason I'm wearing red today. Just kidding. No, it can't. I mean, the guys make the great points. You don't have Patrick Surtain. I mean, he's like the heart and soul of that defense. And I don't like to bet against the Chiefs either. So I'm going Chiefs. Lock of the week.
All right. She had to lock, so there you go.
I had to.
Yeah, that's a fair one, Nick.
Yeah.
This game I went a little back and forth in just because I think the Broncos are actually playing much better football than people give credit for. Their defense is good, but like you said, the Surtain injury is major.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to hurt them in this game.
Huge.
If they have him in this game, I would actually lean Broncos if he was playing in this game. But their defense is going to take a massive hit. Mahomes has not been playing well all year. I don't think he's had like a Mahomes signature style game yet so far.
This might be it. This
might be the one.
But I think that with the defensive weapons being out, I think the Chiefs will cover. Do I think it's going to be a runaway cover? No. But I think it'll be like a touchdown, maybe favorite. I think it's going to be a close game on the stretch. So Chiefs cover.
You know what's really funny about this? So the Chiefs are like still favored to get to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. Yet right now, the playoffs started, they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
and that's why they got to win this game.
I find that amazing. And actually, when you look at it, this is actually really a must-win for them because any thoughts about them winning this division are going to go down the drain because you have no wins.
Yeah, if they lose this game, they're playing for a wild card, basically.
Yeah.
And they really could only afford maybe one more loss. And remember, they got the Colts next week. They've still got some challenging games and still some matchups down.
That's true. If they lose this week and next week, we might be looking at potential that they have 10 wins and may not make the postseason.
I think so, but I am backing the Chiefs here, and I'll tell you why. First of all, this line feels they're begging you to take the Broncos, so that would be one. But really, when you, as is with a lot of the case in the NFL, timing is everything, and I think the timing of this game is truly advantage Chiefs. Andy Reid's history off the bye week is well known, and you guys all said it. I'd have more confidence in the Broncos if they had Surtain or Dobbins in there.
Yeah.
But I do feel like everything would have to go the Broncos' way for them to pull this off. I just don't see it. I think the Chiefs know how to. The Chiefs know what's at stake here. And the one thing also is they may not be able to beat the Bills in the regular season, but they know how to bounce back after playing the Bills in the regular season. I'm taking the Chiefs there. Cover.
Hey fans, Novig is here to change the way you play. Available in 35 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and New York, Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market, and it's 10 times more profitable than traditional sports books because there's no house edge. Instead, you're betting directly against other sports fans just like yourself. Novig is also the only free exchange, which means you keep every dollar you win, whether you're putting plays down on the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, college sports, or even UFC and tennis. Novig gives you the power to pick the best odds, or better yet, set your own. Sign up today with the code ETB Network, and you'll get 1,000 Novig coins plus $5 in Novig cash, and special bonus offers like spending $5 and getting $50 back. Novig, where fans play smarter. You must be 21 years or older to play. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The football forecast is presented by Playback. Watching sports is more fun with others, but we spend too much of our time watching alone. Playback is a virtual space where communities can stream live sports together, with everyone perfectly synced up. Creators can hop on stage, deliver their own play-by-play analysis and commentary, and invite viewers up for Q&A. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experience. From playing fantasy sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching with the commentators and communities you care about. Win or lose, sports are best enjoyed together. Join our community by going to playback.tv/ETB Network to find out more, including our live stream schedule. And now back to the show. And now it's time for Primetime Picks presented by Playback. And Nick, we start with a Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark special on Sunday Night Football on NBC. And this could be a matchup we could be seeing in January as well. Just Jared Goff and the Lions against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. And the Eagles 2.5-point favorites at Lincoln Financial Field.
I think this line is actually a little lopsided, if you ask me a little bit. I think the Lions should be the favorite in this game, actually. With all the turmoil going on in the locker room, A.J. Brown demanding to be traded and to be taken off fantasy rosters.
Yeah.
I just think there's too much turmoil going on. I think the Lions are finally playing good ball. I think they're showing off, and I think it's finally their time. This line is messed up. I'm taking the Lions to cover.
Just real quick, what do you think the numbers should be? What do you think?
I would flip it.
You think it should be Lions 2.5 favorite?
Yeah.
I don't think the Lions would ever get 2.5 points. And maybe if it was in Detroit, you might get them as a 2.5 point favorite. But
I just think the Eagles locker room's a mess. I just think.
So. But still, at the end of the day, though,
drama.
But at the end of the day, though, the Eagles are still 7-2, even though it hasn't been pretty at times for them too, and their defense is still very, very suffocating. That all being said, boy, I like that we're getting this matchup now because this looked like the matchup we should have gotten last January, but now we get it at a pivotal time. And you saw it when Dan Campbell took over the offensive play calling last week, what that did for the Lions. Now, of course, that was against the Commanders, but still, nevertheless, they put up unbelievable numbers. I actually agree with Nick. I am taking the Lions because I think they are the hungrier team. And now you play the Eagles on a short week with the dysfunction that's going on in the locker room. And by the way, for a team that's won so much over the last couple of years, why is there so much dysfunction with this team week in and week out with how successful they've been the last couple of years? It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Selfish.
Grant, you know, I'm not a fan of Nick Sirianni's.
I was going to say, I'm going to pin it on Nick Sirianni.
And he had some good moments, but he's still very, very questionable. But the other thing, too, is Dan Campbell loves being a road underdog. So even if I don't get a win, I'm getting 10 points in that one. I think he'll show it here. I'm going to take the Lions as well. Grant?
Look, I love both of these football teams. I love both of them. Last year when the Bears were utter trash, I was secretly rooting for the Lions.
Oh.
They were doing great. I wanted Ben Johnson to be our coach, which is now true. But I wanted them to go to the Super Bowl because the Lions have been trash for so long, and for the last couple years, they've, steadily improved. With that being said, I need the Eagles to win, because if the Eagles win and the Bears win against the Vikings, they move into first place. But here's my thing. I could see either team winning, so I am actually going to take the over on this game.
All right. So there's for a little loop there. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, completely fooled me. I was ready to mark you as having the Eagles. Completely screwed me up. I've been going back and forth on this one so much, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be such a good Sunday night football game. The thing that's bothering me right now, guys, is that AJ Brown storyline.
Oh, God.
And the offense of the Eagles definitely has looked concerning, in spite of the fact that they're basically running away with the NFC East with relative ease. The Lions, meanwhile, continue to be who they are. I was confident, even with the departure of Ben Johnson, that they were going to succeed. So this was the game that I did pick as my pick for the NFC Championship come January. I think we will get this matchup, which we should have gotten last year. If the Lions were the favorites, I would go loose and say the over. But with the Lions as the underdogs, I'm actually going to agree with Nick and Johnny. I'm going to take the Lions plus 2.5.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I think with the Eagles locker room issues, I think that's I feel like they're kind of going to play like mad for some reason. And like Grant said, I need the Eagles to win here. I need them to win here. But the Lions are playing good football again. And I have a feeling the Eagles are going to play mad because everyone's going to be mad. And it's either going to be very good or very bad football. So, but I'm going to go with the very good side. I'm going to go over 46.5 here.
All right. All right. And Christy.
Well, yeah, the Eagles are a team full of drama, and I can pin all that drama straight on Nick Sirianni. I think he's a jerk. I don't like the guy. I think he's immature and dumb. AJ Brown kissed my ass, by the way. Cry all you want. Doesn't matter.
You're winning. It's fine. It's fine. You're winning.
But The Lions, they're just that good. Yeah, they're not going to have Sam Laporta, but I don't think it's going to make a difference because you have other weapons on that offense. So I'm taking Lions plus 2.5.
Okay. And Christy, I ended with you there, and I'll finish off the week with you here. We go to Monday Night Football with Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Lisa Salters, and Laura Rutledge on ESPN as we have your Dallas Cowboys, a 3.5-point favorite against the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium.
How about them Cowboys?
I didn't make up. And I was going to say I wasn't even aware the Cowboys even had a Monday night game in Vegas. So, but the Raiders, they suck, but. And then, but still, I mean, the Cowboys. Like I've always said, that defense gives me pause. They make me nervous, even with the 2 new additions that we got via the trading deadline. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna go Cowboys -3.5 because I'd rather. I trust them more than I trust the Raiders.
How about them Cowboys?
All right, Nick.
Yeah, there's not much to really ride home here. This is Geno Smith, if he's still starting, if he doesn't get knocked over for the 10 millionth time in the pocket.
Or doesn't get punched in the jaw in practice.
Well, that was with the Jets. But but anyway, yeah, this is Cowboys all the way. This is simple. Take the Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, obviously that Cowboys can be playing with very heavy hearts in this game after the
Marshawn Nylander.
Yeah,
that's their
awful story.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah, but so it's really tough to try and break this game down on matchups after we've had to deal with that. But I think they'll get up for this one and play this one spirited. And I think they'll play it more on offense. And I just think the problem is for the Raiders is I just don't, even with Max Crosby, if the Cowboys Crosby, they don't have much else on defense. And then on offense, I just don't think they have enough on offense to match scores and play loose football with the Cowboys. So, I think the Cowboys will get out with about a touchdown win or so. So I will take the money in Vegas.
How about them Cowboys?
Grant?
Yeah. If this wasn't a primetime game, which let me say this, I have no idea how this is a primetime game.
I don't get it either.
Agreed. This is what Seahawks Rams should have swapped with.
But you can't flex a Monday night game this early. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But
10 weeks.
What I was going to say was,
I thought it was later.
What I was going to say about this matchup, this would be the toilet bowl game of the week, personally. Sorry, Christy, but it's
You're
true.
good.
This matchup shouldn't even touch Monday Night Football.
No.
But with that being said, Geno Smith, I have no idea how he got a $100 million contract from the Raiders.
Because of how he played in Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and probably just because Pete Carroll didn't want to actually have to break in the new quarterback, which you're probably going to have to now.
Yeah. Probably.
I am going to take the Cowboys to win and cover.
How about them Cowboys?
I just want to track one thing because Johnny's actually right. So you can't flex Monday Night Football until between week 12 and week 17.
Okay, week 12, but still,
we're not there yet.
It does. You're right.
I think eventually that will change, but
I heard next season that's going to change. Actually,
okay.
Stay tuned for that. All right, Tom,
so
go
if
ahead.
there's a matchup that sucks, flip it.
Okay, but let's be real. We're expecting, or the Vegas is expecting a game that involves Geno Smith to reach 50 points.
That ain't happening.
Geno Smith's going to have 4 interceptions.
He probably will.
I don't even care if the Cowboys defense is bad.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Even with the 2 new additions, like I said, is not going to matter.
The Giants fans, my fellow Giants fans are going to kill me, but this game screams easy Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
It does. I mean, that doesn't really matter. By the way, was that Joe Beningo?
No, that was Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Oh, it sounds like Beningo. If I hear it again, it sounds like Beningo. Okay.
It does. But,
All right, Mike, last pick of the week is yours.
Oh, I got it again. This is great.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this is Cowboys just have so much more weapons on offense where they're going to score more points. So That's why it's easy, Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
All right, brace yourselves, everybody. This is an entire clean sweep across the board for the Cowboys.
Oh.
So, that means 27-24 Cowboys to wrap up week 11.
Oh my God, no.
Yep.
Stop saying it. And then
God damn.
Stop saying it. Don't talk it into existence, Johnny.
23 games under 500 for a reason, Grant. A lot of bad picks, but some unluckiness as well. And that'll put a wrap on week 11 of the football forecast. So just your friendly reminders, check us out, of course, on social media, TFB Forecast ETB. On the video side, youtube.com/ETB Network, where you can get this show, all of our shows on the ETB Network, and our playback simulcast as well. If you can't watch us on the video side, if you are on the go, you can listen to the football forecast wherever you get your favorite podcast. Football forecast presented by Playback. Of course, a lot of stuff with the NBA coming up in the coming days, so make sure to have your notifications set and also follow us on social media so you know when that stuff's going to be coming out. And the football forecast odds are presented by Novig. And, of course, speaking of Playback and YouTube and all that stuff, we do have week 11 of the Gridiron Gurus with the guys Grant, Michael, and Ben. That'll start at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. And then you got the guys for a full day of Red Zone, which, by the way, guys, I don't think you're going to catch a break this week because it is going to be start to finish one heck of Sunday.
Oh.
So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Absolutely. This looks like it's going to be a great slate. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it all. And good luck to your favorite team. So, guys, you all have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah. I can't believe we're this far into the NFL season already, though.
It's crazy.
Just
so crazy.
Less than 2 weeks, we'll be here earlier in the week for our Thanksgiving show. So stay tuned for that.
By the way, just quick note, we'll tell you about Thanksgiving week because it's going to be a little all over the place. For us, our whole network is going to be off for the week on the YouTube side. So except this and Forever Power 5 because of college football. But yeah, so just be aware this is going to be on earlier because of Thanksgiving Day, obviously being Thursday. So we got to record Tuesday to get it through. So just bear with us as we work all the schedules out.
We'll be back at our normal time. We'll be back still at our regular time next week, and we'll give you an update to that for week 13 next week on the show. So stay tuned for that. Just some programming stuff. So for everybody here at the ETB Network, I'm Johnny Montalbano. Everybody enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you again for week 12 of the forecast next week.